Hi everyone, welcome to a new video. In my last video, I talked about the new decks that came into my possession in 2022. And then I also thought, okay, what books did I get? Because I did buy some new books. And so I wanted to have a look at what I actually got because 2022 for me was about studying, deep diving, really getting into some good juicy materials, so to speak, because I was finally ready to start learning about the Golden Dawn, the Tree of Life, and so I needed some materials for that. But I also bought something pretty to look at. So the first thing that I bought towards the beginning of the year was this huge catalog. This is by Lo Scarabeo. That's the back. I have been seeing this one on Amazon for quite some time, and I never really bought it at first, and then it was kind of out of stock, and I managed to get a used one for half price. And what this is, it's basically a collection of Lo Scarabeo decks, and just like the cards, the old ones, it has the different languages in here. And the decks in here, the featured ones, are in certain categories. We have historical tarot, esoteric tarot, art tarot, cultural tarot, and metaphysical tarot. And I wanted to get this because I want to have lots of decks to look at. I don't necessarily want to buy all of them because I wouldn't know where to put them. And I know I'm not going to read with a lot of them. Like, for example, something like this, like Marseille style. I know I'm never going to read with it, but it's nice to have the pictures to look at them. And so there's all kinds of decks in here. And the interesting thing is whenever a deck has like gold foil or silver, they put an actual card in here. So the ones that have this kind of special feature, they always put a card in here. And it's always the same cards that are featured. But yeah, with this book, I don't really know how many decks are in here. But this way I get to look at all of these decks and I don't have to buy them. And some of these decks in here are also a little bit older. Some are probably out of print at this point or hard to get, like the Olympus Tarot. I even have the Kama Sutra Tarot in here. So what else we got? Yeah, something like this, the Afro-Brazilian Tarot. So yeah, all kinds of decks from Lo Scarabeo and what they have published. I'm trying to find, no, it doesn't say how many decks it actually contains. So yeah, but I'm really happy that I got this and that now I can look at all these different decks and it doesn't take up that much space, but it is heavy. Okay, something else that I got, because I do have this Oracle deck, the Fallen Angels Oracle, and the description about each of the fallen angels in here is not that long. So I was looking for additional reading material on these to get to know them a little bit better and their functions, what they do, so that I might get more info for working with these cards. And so I got the Goetia Pathworking by Corwin Hartgrove. And everything that I bought was on Amazon. And this one is actually like there's magic pathworking in here. And for all the fallen angels, you get a sigil and you get a text with what they do, what their functions are. For example, find a lost object, discover truth, know the past, sense change. That is all for Vasago for this one. But what I found is that the names in each of these books don't really match up. Like half of the names I can find in here, The other half, I don't know if they have been changed, if they are known by different names, so that's something that I have to compare. But what I do know is that all the names in this book are the same as the names in there's a deck by Los Scarabeo, the Goetia, this very black looking deck, and the names match up with that deck in here. So I'm gonna have to see what's what, but it's definitely gonna be interesting additional reading material. And now, for the most part, the books that I was interested in have to do with the Tree of Life and Kabbalah. So one book that I got in German just out of interest to maybe get some additional, like with a lot of the stuff that I'm reading, there are also a lot of mentions of things here and there, and sometimes it's hard for me to connect the dots if I don't know all those other dots. And so I got this book for some of the dots. This is about the legacy of Saint-Germain, and it's about Kabbalah and Rosicrucian stuff. It's basically all text. It's in German, so that should make it fairly easy for me to read. And I just want to get some background info. This is just out of interest to see what this can do. So something that this contains is like the path of the initiate and the path to Kabbalah, the Tree of Life, and how to work with the violet flame or the violet fire, the esoteric of the Rosicrucians and Shambhala, and the inner order of the Rosicrucian. So I'm interested to see what kind of extra info I can get from that. And the next 3 books I got specifically to work with the tarot deck. And one of them is the Archetypes on the Tree of Life, Tarot's Pathwork. This one is, yeah, I have worked with this quite a bit. This one only has the majors in it, connected to the Tree of Life. And so it goes through all of the, where's my picture? So here, like all of the path, like the lines that are in here, those are featured in this book. And for the 10 Sefirot, I got the Tarot and the Tree of Life about the Minor Arcana. And this one, like both of these books together, I've been using also in preparation for my Tarot Brunch at the Round Table talks. Like these are giving me a lot of good information. And those are 2 of my resources that I use among other books. And one that I just got a couple weeks ago that I have had on my wish list actually for over a year, I think, or around about a year. And I just never, like, I don't even know how this one ended up on my wish list. I can't remember. But it is the Tarot and the Gates of Light, and this one is also in connection to the Tree of Life and how to look at the tarot cards through all of that. And this one is a very specific thing, like it has an actual schedule, and it goes over 49 days. And what this is in the Jewish tradition, there's this thing called counting the Omer. It's an ancient Jewish ritual observed between the holidays of Passover and Shavuot, also known as Pentecost, and practiced by the Kabbalist. It's designed to cleanse and purify the soul in preparation for spiritual revelation and a personal connection with God. The ritual creates an inner journey that follows the path of the Israelites from the moment of their physical freedom from slavery in Egypt to the establishment of their spiritual freedom 49 days later at Mount Sinai. So that's basically the background of how this came to be. And so this is now the counting the Omer, but with tarot. And the thing is, it starts at the 4th Sefirot. It doesn't include the first 3, which I wish it would have had in this, but then again, it wouldn't be the 49 days. So that's one minus about this, but everything else is a big plus. And I can't wait to get into this, like, even though it looks really big, but it's like one day at a time. And I'm going to start with this on January 1st. And yeah, so that I have 1 week always ended on Sunday for me, or from Saturday to Saturday, actually. And that is something that I'm going to do in the new year, and I really want to get deeper into all of this. But this is also just RWS, and that's why I have, for example, the Tarot of Vampires, and I also ordered another book that is specifically for Thoth. Let me see if I can find it. Of course, now I can't find it. Where is it? Let me see if I can make that picture big. So it's called Awaken the Tarot. I have already ordered it, but it won't be here until January 3rd. I can count it into either year. And this is with astrology, numbers, and the Tree of Life, a toolkit for Awakening series. So I don't know if there's other books to this series, but yeah, this is another one that I ordered. This is according to the reviews specifically for the Thoth system. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do in 2023, get more into that, deep dives, and yeah, I am really enjoying that so far, and it has really started a bigger thirst for knowledge. I was hesitant for quite a few years to actually get into Golden Dawn studies because I just didn't know where to start. But as soon as I found that starting point, also with the help of Zach from the Tiger's Abyss, now that hunger has been started, and I just want to know more. I want to read books. I'm like Zach and I, we have our little study group where we always talk about it, and even on days when we don't have study group, we're talking about these kind of things, and I'm asking a lot of questions because he has way more knowledge than I do at this point, because he's like 5 years ahead and he has read so many books, and he gives me good book recommendations, and I'm really grateful for that. So yeah, that is definitely what I'm going to continue doing in 2023, going through these materials and just learning, and I really enjoy that. So that's all the books that I got in 2022. And thank you for watching this video, if you made it this far. And I also want to wish everyone a happy new year. See you next year. Bye.